Hi there. So if you're watching this video, you're asking yourself, why does Blue Collar Guy say that we need two cameras for the same job? Well, if you're curious, keep watching because you're watching Blue Collar Guy. Okay, we're back. So why am I saying that you should have the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the DJI Action 4 to do a similar job? Well, the truth is that they're two different cameras. Everyone keeps comparing them with each other, but they're not really the same camera. For instance, the DJI Action 4 is got a focus that is more along the lines of a video camera, like a camcorder, in that a lot of things will be in focus. You're not going to have the blurry background like you would with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Everything is kind of going to be in focus along the way. If you look at footage from the other YouTubers that have posted different clips and things, and I'm going to give you a clip of me walking in the rain with this, explaining some of the things that I like about having this as opposed to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So we're going to go to that clip real quick and then we're going to come back. Okay, so just finished with Canadian Tire. I picked up a power bank because I remembered that there's a feature on this camera that I liked, and that is it has fast charging. So this one and the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is a mouthful, have fast charging. And it is no word of a lie. It is, I would plug them in, they would get a rapid blinking green light, and then you would have a full charge in less than a half an hour, like 15-20 minutes. Yeah, you can also top it off pretty quick too. So do you really need to buy extra batteries for this? Well, probably not. I just got a power bank. I can plug it into the power bank, of course, after I charge it up, and then it'll top off my camera, no problem. So anyways, there's a lot of different reasons why I would recommend this system. Waterproof, getting both helps a lot. You have waterproof capability, you have the ability to go underwater if you need to. You put different lenses on. They're very compatible with each other. The two work together. Unlike other systems where you have to force them to work together, if you get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the Action 4, they actually work together. The microphone works with both of them. I can even use the microphone with my phone. So yeah. Now you can't hook two microphones up to this camera, but that's where the difference is separated. So, on a day like this, you want to have a vlogging camera that can withstand the bad weather. A lot of people have bought what they call weather sealed cameras, only to find out that they're not as weather sealed as they thought they were. Action cameras are very durable. Drop them, they're okay. You scratch the lens, you can do it. Even if you have a weather sealed, supposed vlogging camera, you drop that thing on the ground, there's a good chance there's no coming back from that. The only action cameras that I've ever seen that were in eBay for parts only were specifically destroyed in that they were put on, bicycles going down the side of a mountain, kind of a thing. In conclusion, I would recommend this, like look at the day-to-day, miserable. I have no worries. The battery's going to last a while. This is the right focal length. You know, it's starting to rain, and it's not a big deal. It really isn't. Okay, we're back again. So as you could tell, it has some advantages. One of them is how weatherproof it is. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is not weatherproof. Now this camera also works with the mic too, and it works really, really good. It's just a matter of hitting the link button. So if you're using both cameras back and forth, it's not a big deal to repair up the other one. You may have to hit the link button. Sometimes you don't have to hit anything, I noticed. You just turn it on and you'll see the little bar going across, and on the back, it will even show you the bar, the identical setup as this camera here. And that brings me to my other point, is that the operating system for both cameras, the layout, the settings, you know, how you get through the menu system, the navigation of the menu system is very similar. And I like that, because if you're going from an action camera to a pocket camera, back to an action camera, you're going to want, you're not going to want a lot of confusion when you're looking for your 4K 30, 4K 24. As a matter of fact, you even have the same presets. They've done that for a very, very good reason. They're developing an ecosystem, and I've said that in my last video. I said I'm switching because I'm changing to an ecosystem. And the definition of an ecosystem when it comes to cameras is a lot of the things will be user-friendly. They'll be, it's like Windows, everything in Windows computer operating system. If you went from one computer that's a Hewlett-Packard to another one, they're all going to have the same operating system. They're all going to be easier to navigate if you're familiar with that operating system. And that is one of the reasons why I switched over to this. It's the same and it's user-friendly. The other reason is the app. Okay, so when I turn on the app, I only need one app for both cameras. It will say, do you want to connect to this one or do you want to connect to this one? And then I just connect to that one. If both of them are turned on, it'll give me the option. If I only have one turned on, it'll just give me the one option. That's it. The download speed for the files, the Wi-Fi, fast. Okay, now you do have to keep in mind, if your Wi-Fi at home is not that quick, I think you need at least 100 megabytes per second or faster to take advantage of this. If you have that, no problem at all. You'll be able to download at a very high speed rate. And let me tell you something. I have a GoPro, and the GoPro is a lot slower. The other problem is when you download with the GoPro, you have to download to the app, and then you have to upload it from the app to your phone, if you're editing on your phone. With these ones, it just goes straight to the phone. It skips that whole other step. Now, what is the other thing? Is you have these GoPro mounts. Okay, so let's talk about the GoPro mounts. So on the bottom of this, these are the folding ones. This is the newer style. And on the GoPro 12, it has a 1/4-20 mount, which this one does not have. And you can either screw a tripod in there and things like that. And they kind of learned that from a lot of the Chinese cheaper cameras that were on the market, like the Brave 7 and those guys, because GoPro just had their proprietary mounts. Now, DJI has their magnetic mount, which is this little guy here. And as you can tell, it has the GoPro fingers on it. So I'll let that focus. It has the GoPro fingers on it. And then you just take this and you clip it. And you can only put it in one way, because if you try to put it in the wrong way, like let's say I try to go in this way, it'll actually try to push it out of the way. You can feel it kind of push the magnet, push it. So you have to flip it around the proper way, and then it literally grabs it, and then you clip it in there. And the advantage of having this mount is if you're switching it from let's say one of these over to another one, you can just unhook it from here and then put it on that one. Now, the problem with that is you got to buy more of these. And the DJI version, the one that says DJI on it, I think are like $20. And they don't have the quarter 20 hole in it. So now I did run into a company called Small Rig, of course, and I use them for various different things. I bought one of their microphones. I've got some of their mounting hardware. So I found one of these, and this is the Small Rig adapter mount. Now it says on here that it's only good for the DJI action, but I did notice in a lot of the mounts that were advertised in Amazon, which is where I found this, that you can use a lot of the mounts interchangeably between the 2, the 3, and the 4. They didn't change that, which is also a nice thing. So I thought, well, how come this one only says the DJI Action 2 on it? Will it work on my Action 4? So we're going to cut over to the clip that I made for one of my shorts, and then we're going to come right back.
To watch more, subscribe.
Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so we have, and here's the Small Rig. I don't know if you can read that very well or not. There's the hole in the bottom of it, okay? And we also have the ability to move the fingers out. There we go. So this, unlike this, okay, and this is the DJI one. Here's the DJI one. Here's the Small Rig one, okay? This is all metal. Yeah, it's all metal. And the magnet to this, very powerful. Couldn't believe just how strong this was. So let me just see. If I go to put this one on backwards, watch how much it oh my, it really pushes it. But if I flip it around, and I think the reason why they also did that is look where they put the name right on the top there. So this one here will fit right on, and it clips in there good. So it does fit. This particular unit does fit. It wasn't that expensive. It's got the fingers that come down. So if I want to use it on my my GoPro handle, and by the way, I paid $80 for this handle. It says GoPro on it. It's also got a built-in. Let me just show you real quick here. It's also got a built-in tripod as well. So it's got a tripod. It's got this ability to bend, so you can get different angles. And I do like the head on it because you can move the head back and forth like this and get some really interesting angles with the head. So it's a very high quality item. 85 bucks though, crazy expensive. So I can take this and I can put it on here as well, okay? And let me just see, I'm gonna move this over here. We'll see how well it fits. And the problem with these fingers that kind of move around a bit is they're a little more tricky to get into the mounting holes because they're not as solid feeling there on that. And that's what it looks like. Looks pretty good. So I can take this now, I can tilt it, see? I can lock it in place. Works good with the GoPro handle. Works really good with the GoPro handle, I gotta tell you. And then if I just wanted to pull this off, right, I can do that. And I can clip it right on, and it works like a charm. Now, the thing is that the other advantage of having this particular type of mount is that you can also mount it to a 1/4 thread. So I'm going to take it out of here. Okay. And I'm actually going to put the other DJI on. So I'm going to put on the other one, and then I'm going to come show you the advantage, I guess, of having the magnetic mounts, and why you would do it. So whenever you're mounting them, like I said, always put the name facing the direction that you are. Otherwise, it's gonna be backwards. So now I've mounted just the mount onto there. I'm going to grab my I'm gonna grab a tripod. Sorry. I'm gonna grab a tripod. This is the box that came with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 tripod. And then you have probably, look at that, the world's smallest tripod camera. You know, I even have a little, like an extension mount that I could probably grab, and it'll put a neck on that. But yeah, how cool is that looking, eh? You can put that right on a table. And if you just wanted to have like a little tiny handle, you know, and you just wanted to have something to grab so you wouldn't get fingerprints all over your camera, that actually works pretty good. And that comes with your DJI. Not the greatest, you know, tripod mount, but it looks kind of interesting on that. Well, I kind of like it. So anyways, and you know, it allows two different kind of hookups. So getting back to the other one, okay, so now instead of fighting with this GoPro mount screw, you know, back and forth, now I just unclip it, and bam, it's on there. I want to take it off, you know, I don't have to thread it onto this thing. I just put it on there, it'll find its way, and it's on again. There you go. And just give it a little bit of a tug, not too much, but just a little bit of a tug, just to make sure that the hooks have grabbed into it. You know, you want the hooks to grab into it. So, and that's pretty much it. But you don't really, you know, you can get another one if you want to put one on here. So if you're going to be using anything with just the GoPro mount, then get this style of a mounting adapter. They're a little bit cheaper, but I would recommend getting a few of these universal ones, because not only does it work with this, but you know, if I wanted just to take the fingers out and mount it on this, now I can mount it on this too. So I can do that. You know, I can put the fingers in there. Okay. All right. You know, and then you can clip that onto something. So, you know, it's a really good idea. So anyways, that's my I guess my tip or trick, because I'm sure a lot of people, when they buy stuff, they don't realize, when they say that it's for the DJI 2, they probably think it's not compatible with the Action 3 or the Action 4. I can assure you this will work on the Action 4. And if it works on the Action 4, I don't own an Action 3, but more than likely it also works on the Action 3. So take the chance. I took a chance, I won. Okay, so getting back to, you know, I've explained the advantages and disadvantages, because I had this one outside. If it's raining, if the weather's not good, okay, it is Boxing Day. The other day, I took this thing out for a spin, and I'm sorry, I took the camera out for a spin, and I wanted to take it on my bicycle. Cars, they're not used to bicycles today. It's kind of an unusual day. It's actually quite warm for me. I'm not even wearing gloves. December 26th. No snow on the ground. Warm. It was kind of brisk the other day. I was breathing a little bit, but I thought I'd just ride through the neighborhood. I wanted to test this thing, see what the rock steady was all about. I put it on ultra wide. I'll post the settings on the video. But yeah, I wanted to see. You know, the Mimo app. Some people have complained about the Mimo app, but they've done some updates to it. I've never had an issue with it on my phone. Never had an issue. Turns on right away. I can connect right away. No issues connecting. I have had glitches with the GoPro where it didn't connect, couldn't find the camera, that sort of issue. If you're going out into a place and you're not too sure what the weather is going to be or the conditions, are you going out in the woods, that sort of thing, do not take the Pocket 3 with you because you could risk damaging it. The Pocket 3 is the type of camera where you know the conditions in which you're going to be filming, and you can utilize the advantages of the camera. So it does have, you know, the advantages of more of a blurry background, more settings advantages, the gimbal with the tracking. I'll turn on the tracking right now. So the tracking is enabled. I can move around and then the tracking will follow me, you know, and so you have those advantages as well. They are kind of different camera systems. Do not confuse, well, do I pick this one or do I pick that one? You should get both camera systems. They are very, very compatible with each other. They will work together kind of like a team almost. And together you'll have really good videos. You know, you can pick probably one of these up, well, Canadian. These are about $550. Now the DJI with the mic 2 and all the other accessories, and you know, by the time you get the filter, it's going to be over $1,000. So you're probably looking around $1,500 for, you know, both camera systems combined. But if you were to consider getting, like, let's say a Canon R8 or maybe a Sony ZV-E1, which is actually more money, then you're also having to get microphones and other accessories too. So, you know, not that you don't need some accessories with this, but I'm not using anything with the camera right now. I don't have the wide angle lens on it. I don't have the black mist filter on there. You know, I don't even know why I didn't put it on there. I guess I forgot, you know, who knows, but it's good to show you what comes out of camera. I want my reviews to also reflect that as well. The video that I shot out of this was just what comes out of camera. It's 10-bit, mind you, 10-bit out of this one, but this is normal camera settings mode. I think I might have taken the EV down a couple of notches. I might have reduced the sharpness a little tiny bit just to get rid of any grain, that sort of thing. Minor tweaks. But I am not big on doing major color grading afterwards. If you're a small YouTuber, it can take you a long time just to get your videos uploaded, edited, and out, you know. You still have to add things like maybe some music to them. You still have to add some effects to them, some text, you know, some titling, that sort of thing. There's still a lot of work to be done other than just shooting it, you know. Everyone always makes it sound so easy. Well, I just showed you a little bit of B-roll when I introduced that mounting clip that goes on the bottom of this little guy here. Okay, the B-roll alone, you know, you're probably looking at an hour and a half at least by the time you're done editing the clips, adding some music, adding some voiceover, things of that nature. This is the real issue of trying to do YouTube and you're a blue-collar person, is managing your time, buying equipment that is not too expensive. When they said that this camera was a game changer, I thought, oh my God, more of this nonsensical, false advertising. You know, even the guy from Camera Conspiracies, he's got a lot more followers than I do. He was saying, yeah, this is probably some nonsense going on, and what about this and what about that? He has one now. Somebody sent him one and he likes it. And it's because usually when somebody says something is too good to be true, it is. I wouldn't say this is too good to be true, but at least it works. You know, it does what they advertise that it does. You know, I remember when I got the Sony ZV-E10 and I thought, oh, this is wonderful. I'm going to take my footage, I'm going to Wi-Fi it over to my phone. It'll be so quick and endless, you know, painless. You know, it didn't work out like that at all. It was a fight. I ended up having to get another app. Now I pull the SD card out. I have to physically connect it to my phone and download my file that way. I also made a video on how to transfer files to the phone. So if you go into my channel, you can faster file transfers. You can look at that. So anyways, I've yammered on long enough, but this is why I recommend having both the DJI Action 4 and the Osmo Pocket 3. They are different cameras. They are not the same camera. They don't focus the same way. They have a little bit of a different field of view. The sensor size is not the same. The Osmo Pocket 3, sorry, I keep going back and forth, is better in low light than this one, okay? But this one here is going to be better for certain situations. I also noticed that when I'm in certain public surroundings and I've got this sucker, you know, if you got this hooked on this, it is smaller than that, okay? You can also get separate batteries for this, okay? They both offer fast charging though. And I've also got a power bank. You can even hook a power bank into this and keep using it. You can hook a power bank into this and keep using it. So they can run off external power as you're using them. Nice feature. But one of the ones I like the best is they both hook up to the same microphone, so I know my sound quality is going to be the same because they're both processing everything the same way. If I'm switching from one video clip from an action camera over to this camera, I know that that's going to look the same. It's going to be very similar. And they also work very well with the Sony ZV-E10 because I have to use any clips from that. And I'm going over, even though that is only 8-bit color, they still work good with that. And the reason why, there's a Sony sensor in this one, and they didn't say what kind of sensor in this one is. I'm guessing it's probably another Sony sensor. Who knows, right? But it's a decent sensor. So very happy. And this one is just more fragile. This one is more durable. You can get different cages for it if you want. You can also hook up an extra light on your cage if you want to do that. You can, and I'm just going to grab something real quick. you can get a cage for this one. Okay, the only thing I didn't like about the cage for this one is if you go to use the little flippy screen, it can rub on the bottom of this. I may just take a file and file out the bottom a bit, just so that there's not friction, because it just barely touches it. But it's a high quality cage. This one is actually made by DJI. Okay, so it does have the mount on the side if you wanted to put a light or a microphone, and it has the GoPro style mount on the back. So and it's got a nice soft rubber inside of it to keep your pocket a little more secure and safe. So it's very high quality. I like it, but I do think that it rubs on the screen a bit, and this needs to be filed down a little bit. So, and the other thing that I've noticed is that I can even put an adapter on the bottom of this one, which will convert it from a 1/4-20 to a GoPro mount from the bottom if I really wanted to. And the advantage of doing that is you can put angles. Like I can put like a thumb screw in an angle, so I could hook up this up to here and then put the fingers through there and then go that route. And that will give you more of a taller stance, or I can just hook it through here and go this route. So, you know, I'm not gonna do it, but you get the idea. It'll fit through here. Now, why they didn't put a magnetic mount for the back of this like they did with the other one, who knows? They should have done that, actually. It's their system. So there is some room for improvement, but hey, these are all things they'll probably make in the future and sell us. You know, they can't invent everything all at once, or they can't sell us anything later. So that's it for this video. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to smash that subscribe and like button, because I would like to have you in the Blue Collar Guy family, and show you what 2024 is going to be like, because we're going to do some exciting things in 2024. And you know, share this video with your friends, and give me some feedback. If there's anything that I've missed, or if there's a perspective that you would like me to cover, perhaps, let me know. I really would like to get some feedback from the viewers. I do answer as many comments as I can. When I do see a comment, you know, don't be too taken back if I don't answer right away, because I do have a day job. I will get back to you sooner or later, and I will answer it. And I do want to say I appreciate all my subscribers. So happy holidays, and take care.